Hey guys, Magic Mike here. If you're looking to shed those extra quarantine pounds and get stronger, or you're an athlete looking to get a slight edge on your competition, we have the gym for you. Introducing Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, conveniently located in Braintree, Mass. Slight Edge is offering individual, small group, and sports performance training in a private gym setting. The Steele Nazz boys are going to be in there very soon doing a combine. That's going to be interesting. The Slight Edge trainers will be sure to get your heart rate up, increase strength, and help you reach your fitness goals with a customized program. You can find them on Instagram using the handle @SlightEdgeFit. Give them a follow, or visit their website, slightedgefit.com, and set up a free strategy session while you're there. Let it rip.
Woke up pissing excellence this morning. Oh, yeah. Welcome to Steele Nazz, brought to you in part by Hedge Better from our headquarters in Braintree, Mass. There you go, Steele. I said it. Tonight, we have a big guest as Green Bay Packer running back and former BC all-time leading rusher, AJ Dillon, joins the show to talk about, Chestnut Hill, video games, what he's going on with the Packers right now, kind of the whole 9 yards, and his ex-roommate from Lawrence Academy, Sherron Harris, former UNH football player, joined us at partside too. Added some great commentary, and he's a big Water Club guy. For all you Quincy guys out there, what do we think of the interview, guys?
Incredible.
Yeah, that's
the gamer
that was
gaming
sick.
Loved it. Water Club, shout out.
AJ
Just
Dillon.
kidding, $50
AJ Dillon,
charges.
Quads are for the broads, whatever. Quadzilla. What's the other one? Quadzilla.
Quadfather.
What a down-to-earth dude, huh?
Yeah.
Just what a good guy.
He's going to run through the entire league.
Absolute veteran move to take the two nicknames and just name them after one leg each. That is such a fucking winning move.
You can double your merch that way. Very smart.
He's an owner of two merch companies in theory.
For sure. And outside of baseball, there hasn't really been a lot in the Boston pro sports circuit. So, we'll have a little lowdown on what's going on in the NHL and NBA playoffs. Big Red Sox Yankees coming this weekend. Steele's going down once again. Anton's not here, so we're definitely not talking about soccer. We'll have all of our usual segments on. Get ready to hear this one. Let's let it rip with AJ Dillon and my boy Shiz. We're now joined by Green Bay Packers running back AJ Dillon, along with his old roommate from Lawrence Academy. Those ties there, Sherron Harris. How we doing tonight, boys?
Doing well.
Hell yeah.
In there?
Can't wait to, reminisce on some stories and things like that. Hey, AJ, I just want to ask you first, how's the OTAs and, mini camp, everything coming up? How's that going?
Yeah. OTAs went well. We're done now. It was good. The week we had mini camp, it decided to be 93 degrees all week in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So, it was a little grind, but, it was good to get back out there with the guys and just get some early, team bonding and get some reps in.
Nice. And the one thing I wanted to jump on right away is this whole quad nickname. I'm hearing the Quadzilla, the Quadfather. I think I made up a couple here. We'll say Quadsconsin, Quads McGee. What do we like better here?
Quadfather and Quadzilla, I've adopted both names. The right leg, there's an R, the Quadfather. So that's the right leg, and left is Quadzilla. I put up a Twitter poll and to kind of see on what people like best, and it was 49-51. So
dead split.
Hey, gotta run with them both then.
Exactly.
Quads for the broads? Quads for the broads, maybe? Maybe.
Yeah, good work,
That was a maybe.
I'll throw it back. So you played high school football initially in New London, Connecticut, and then you moved on your way to Lawrence Academy where you met Shiz here. So, how did you guys mesh and how did you guys meet and come to be?
Yeah. Shiz can take that.
So one of my best friends, now who's our best friend, basically our brother, he messaged me when I was playing at Melrose and said, hey, we're trying to build a football team here. We got a kid, AJ Dillon, who's freshman now and who's going to be a great one. He's all right. But we, we're looking for a bunch of two-sport athletes, and I was playing basketball and football at Melrose. So I ended up getting in. And then, first couple of days of camp, they're all right, Oklahoma drills. We called it Groton Valley. And, I'm up the corner all the way in the back. He ends up being our running back. And let's just say that was the last time I made sure I was on the end when he was playing running back.
Yeah, shit.
And so anytime after that, I let one of the younger guys go, oh, yeah, you got it. Because we didn't have any other running backs his caliber really in the league. So luckily I never had to tackle anybody like that until I got to college. And he was just, amazing player throughout high school. And then we kind of built our relationship. We roommates. And then out of school, we was hanging out every day, every weekend, stuff like that. So,
guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so distracted by Sherron wearing a hat that's older than he is. Like, he was not around for this. Like, Sherron wasn't even a thought yet.
It's a fire hat. Mitchell,
It's a
I
fire
agree.
hat. I
Good
just
stuff.
I was like looking at it. Your camera was a little fuzzy, and then it started to like really liking. I'm like, is that an 8 or a 5? I'm like, whew.
Yeah, what do you got? 95 there? 95?
Who do you?
I'm a
Who won?
97.
Who won?
This is when the Rockets went back to back. Come on, some point.
Who do you guys got winning the finals this year? Who you rooting for?
The Bucks.
Got to root for the Bucks.
Yeah, that's
The
fair.
Bucks.
Wisconsin. Yeah,
Giannis.
Wisconsin. It's a team. It's a team.
Yeah, that's his team. I'm going for the Suns. I want Chris Paul.
Let's
to get a
go.
ring.
In 4, baby. Let's go.
The Suns. Now that he's available, definitely Chris Paul. I want him to get his.
Absolutely.
I think any
Absolutely.
4 team I would be okay with as long as Brooklyn didn't win. And obviously you saw the end of that. My question for you, AJ. So after, the prep and high school stages, I know there was original commitment to Michigan and then you decommitted. Just tell me a little bit about that story and then what kind of made BC the right choice for you.
Yeah. I really didn't like the color maize.
Big deal. Big deal.
So BC was my first or second offer, like my freshman year at Lawrence Academy. So when I did that repeat year, and one thing, like there was a time during the process where I was like, I will absolutely not go to BC, like just because as a young recruit, and once you start to get offers from like Notre Dame, like all these schools,
Top
Florida
notch.
State,
Yep.
I'm like, I want to go somewhere big time. I want to go like with all the gear, and like BC like was not doing well at all.
Yeah. Oh, no. Absolutely.
And so I was just kind of like, I don't really like, let's do something else. Let's get out of my neck of the woods. But after I committed and I went on my official visits, I kind of like sat back and like talked to my family about like what the best place would be. Like if something happened, like, and I couldn't play football anymore, God forbid. And then I kind of reflected back onto how those coaches would from BC, like they'd be there 3 times, like or maybe twice a month when it was like the recruiting season. They come in, they check on me, and they know like what my sister's up to, and my mom's up to, and I've always been a family guy, and I'm pretty like a small circle guy,
For sure.
and they really made me feel like family. And I was like, this is the place for me.
So it was more of a commitment thing for BC, always being on your tail rather than, looking at these 5 4-star schools in terms of, I want to go there instead.
Yeah. I mean, just more like, just feeling comfortable, just a comfort thing. Just, I felt like those coaches and the guys I knew there would have my back.
They ever get like Doug Flutie show up at your doorstep or like Luke Kuechly like flexing in the middle of the gridiron?
Nah, I've never met Doug Flutie ever. Only seen his statue.
Yeah, right. 1,000 times.
Yeah, I met Luke Kuechly though.
Nice.
So that was cool.
Hell yeah.
So after that, I mean, going into BC your freshman year, obviously, like you mentioned, the wins and losses weren't always there, but once you got there, they start becoming bowl eligible. And just tell me, walking onto BC campus for the first time, really seeing what it's all about, in the ACC.
Yeah, first time. So I mean, I don't really remember like my first time like being on the campus. Like I remember orientation stuff like that, but the first time our first game my freshman year was NIU. And so this is my first time ever like getting on a plane, like for football anyway. I've gone to like camps and stuff, but getting on a plane with the football, like my football team.
Yeah.
And so like at that point, me freshman, but there's like all these seniors and 50 years and they're like so used to it at this point. They're like getting their little snack, their Gatorade, lounging back. And I'm like, all right, like where do I sit? Like, are we allowed to eat this much? Like,
What is going on?
Who ate all the sandwiches?
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. And so like all the better, or not the better, but the more preferred players got nicer seats and things like that. And I got like a middle seat, like next to 2 linemen or something. But I remember we came out, I got taped up, and I went out for like a little pre-game stretch and just kind of just like, all right, like it was NIU. No shade to NIU, but I was like, wow, this is like college football. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I see
Yeah,
all the cameras
absolutely.
all
Full
over the
fans in the
place.
stands. Yeah.
Yeah, and like having people like talk shit behind me, like, I wasn't used to that. LA, I didn't really do much of that.
Yeah, your freshman year, you guys absolutely massacred Florida State, and I got to storm the field after it, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that moment.
That was awesome. You should have come find me and give me a high five.
Oh, dude, I was running around. I was like, let's fucking go now. Everyone on the thing. Like, not a single clue anyone was. Loved it.
Speaking of, I guess Steele got in here in the Boston nightlife. What were kind of your top places to eat around there? And I think have you guys been around in Quincy, Mass, the neck of the woods?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Shiz a little bit more than most, but
So the kid Eddie Fish, who is our mutual friend, he actually lives in Quincy, right off of Wallaston Beach. So that was like our home. Originally, he used to live in Southie, but then he moved to Quincy, and now that was like our home away from home. So whenever my family had moved to New Jersey, and AJ's obviously from Connecticut, so that was anytime we were home for break from school or anything like that, that's where we would be. So we've made our way around to a good amount of food places in Quincy and as well around Massachusetts as well.
Yeah, made the rounds. Beautiful.
Any shout out, any Quincy places we can shout it out, and I'm sure we know about them. Any notables?
I'm big anything Marina Bay. So
Oh yeah,
I was expecting a
So-
water club.
little
shout
water
out.
club action, little scene there.
Obviously, a Sunday mudslide at Water Club.
Oh,
There you
God
go.
bless it.
Nurses the hangover, gets you ready for a nap. How about it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was the name, AJ? What was the name of the place that Ellen used to always order? Was it Grumpy Whites?
Oh,
all I know is
Closed.
it's been so long since I've been back in Boston. Like, crazy. And I'm like fiending for an AK sub.
Oh yeah.
what a shout out! Actually, AKs is great.
I need some AKs. And what's that other? What's the other place? What's that place you're talking about? Hangover food. The place with the shiz, like
Jim's Market.
Jim's Market. I need
So
Jim's
that's this
Market.
place in Medford. They have a sandwich. It's called it. Shout out Jim's Market. Been going there since I was
Shout out.
like freshman year at Melrose. They have a thing called a B-boy, which is basically bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, or whatever. Or you can get the clogger, which is bacon, sausage,
What a name!
bacon, sausage, ham with a
Let it rip.
Yeah, having some flashbacks.
Yeah, they got this barbecue sauce.
the James River barbecue sauce you would put on a roast
to
beef,
die for.
egg and cheese on a sub roll. That's like after we used to work out in Reading, that would be our like automatic. We need 2 of those, 2 cloggers with hash, extra James River.
God bless.
One more food question. Did you guys ever?
Also, shout out Liberty Tavern.
Oh, Liberty Tavern, Quincy,
a great
gotcha.
place, a
Great
great place
shout
as
out.
well.
We'll clip that. Did anyone ever do the Eagles Deli challenge in BC?
Oh,
You
come
must know,
on,
but
no.
I know you must have done it, Quadzilla.
Eagles Deli is are they serving alcohol now? I saw
They
something.
might be. I think that whole area is.
Well, BYOB if we gotta. Yeah.
Well, that's sick. I like now, like I can make that cookies and cream, a little milkshake, put a little something in there, like have a great time. Who knows?
Wait, are you saying you did like the big 10-pound burger challenge? Did you say you did that?
No.
Or no? Okay.
I didn't do that.
Not for the moment there.
Yeah,
Um,
what myself.
Back on the football questions. So, like you said, first step on BC campus. When did you know that? I mean, it was pretty early on. I think you won Offensive Rookie of the Year in the ACC. That you knew that you were the guy. Okay, this is my show. I'm like, I know you're a team guy, but you're feeling your confidence on that field there.
Yeah. Honestly, probably, ironically, when we lost to Iowa in a pinstripe, because I didn't start. Like I didn't really play too much until that game against Louisville where I, avoided Jair's tackle and his buddy, and then ran down the field and like had my big breakout game. But that was week 7. I think we were like 2-4 before that, and I like had a couple carries. I think I scored my first 2 touchdowns like in 2 games before or something like that. But I definitely wasn't like going into that game like I'm the guy. It just kind of so happened that I was in there, things were clicking. I started to get my sea legs. And but I would say when we lost to Iowa, because by that time, as the seasons progressed, like I got a little more confident, started to grow into the guy. Mm-hmm. And I remember we lost and we were walking back and we were playing at Yankee Stadium and it was freezing cold. But after all the whatever, they got their trophy and everything, like we had to walk through the field to get out of there. And I'm just looking over there and I was like, this will never happen again. I didn't want it to ever happen again. And that's when I kind of felt like next year I'll be back. Like I'm going to control but yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming ACC. Get ready.
Oh, yeah.
And then every game after that, we had eight guys in the box every time.
Yeah, legit. Literally.
I ran against more stack boxes than anybody in the history of
Without a doubt.
No, Shiz, you played at UNH, right?
Yeah, I played for a short time there.
Oh, nice. Okay. We had Casey DeAndre on a couple weeks ago. He was.
Yep. So Casey, my freshman year, I kind of got set up. It was fucked. So Casey was obviously like All-American, like in the CAA stuff like that. So year after Casey graduates, I come in and they give me Casey's number, and I'm playing corner behind him, and he's now one of the graduate assistants too. So
a lot of pressure.
I met him. A lot of pressure. I had met him on like my recruiting visits, and I always say I went up to school to party. Football was just the second part.
UNH, man, let's ride.
Exactly. So I had like Casey on Snapchat and stuff like that, or like and he knew all the older guys, so he would see me come into practice the next day, beat up, smelling like booze and everything like that, and just a sly little joke. Oh, how was last night? What time did you go to bed? I'm just like, Casey, not today. About to try not to throw up during stretches.
Give me a sec.
But Casey's great. I loved it up there. I loved it a little too much. And I love football. AJ can probably tell you my biggest mistake. I was better at basketball, I think.
There's many different routes collegiate athletes can take, Well,
oh yeah,
there's plenty of ways to go on that. Yeah. Another question for you, AJ here. I would think, there's plenty of games you played in, breaking Andre Williams, I believe, right? Yeah. The running back before you, breaking his school rushing record. Was that a great day, or was that like, we're still in the game, or?
Actually, yeah, that was a huge. I got the balls.
Weird brag.
Yeah, I may have done it in 3 years. Might have been there for 5. But it was huge. It was really funny. So going back to high school, when Shiz lived right next door to me, I had this big poster after I decided to commit to BC, and they sent me this thing that said "Rewrite History," right?
Yeah.
And it had Andre Williams, whatever his yards and touchdowns were. It had a couple other of the running backs that whoever had all the records, right? And so I had put it up there like by my bed, and then I forget who it was, Joey Luchetti, I think, or one of the guys. They ended up going. A couple guys from LA ended up playing football at BC too, and are still there. But they recorded it and brought it to me. And then I looked back at it like not so long ago, and I actually I did end up breaking all those records. So it was like really cool to see.
Yeah, wow. That's
finishing
awesome.
touches on the recruiting tool for BC. That's a hell of a move on their part.
Yeah.
This is also the same. This is also the same kid that when he first got nationally ranked or whatever, he taped up a picture of every kid who was ranked above him. Yeah. Just shows you how competitive he was.
Wow, ready for war. Let's go.
He's like,
I guarantee BC sending your poster now to the
absolutely.
That's how we could rewrite history again. They're trying it. You see if they can do that.
No,
No chance.
Yeah,
That's
get
all
rid
you-
of those.
Before we dive into some NFL stuff, I just have a question because I'm sure you face pretty much a lot of predominant defenses. What's the toughest defense you've ever had to face in terms of a running game?
In terms of a running game,
Yeah, like someone who you're like, man, they kind of got me going today.
I'd say. I would say Clemson. Obviously, was always like very like they're always fantastic.
Yeah.
But as just like a run stopping defense, when we played Notre Dame, my junior year at Notre Dame, they did a really good job like swarm tackling. They loaded the box, and we just really couldn't throw that game. So it was kind of like running into a wall.
Yeah, it's tough to play when everyone's keen on you.
And they would gang tackle. Like I'd move, like get one off me, and there'd be like two more there, and like they had a really good. That's the one that sticks out to me. That Notre Dame game.
Nice. Well,
I think also go back to high school too.
Oh yeah.
We had. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Look at this guy.
It's party time at his house. Thursday night.
Hold on. Let me not tell you this story.
He said he loves the party.
Yeah, it definitely looks like playing Clemson sucks, though.
All right. So yeah, we in high school.
So long story short, like we went to high school.
All right. So we played Suffield Academy in a bowl game, and we ended up getting lucky because it was a year after Christian Wilkins, who was Clemson's prime D tackle, ended up leaving. And I'm just glad that sometimes they gave him the ball fullback, and if he came around the corner, I was just diving at his ankles and closing my eyes. But AJ ended up seeing him in college. I remember watching that game because Christian's actually another Massachusetts guy. And I actually played AU basketball with him. And watching that game, I texted both of them after that game. Well, I actually texted Christian before that game. I go, hit AJ as hard as you can if you get a chance.
Great friend.
Yeah.
Great teacher.
Yeah, good guy.
This is your first year. I'm trying to set you up for greatness, down the road. If you get hit by him the first time, then you'll be fine for the rest of the day.
You don't got to worry about anything else.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted.
It's all good.
No
We always have this question when we have guys on the show, getting drafted. So just run me through your draft day. I know you went, what was it, 60
seconds.
62nd. Yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing it on my paper here. Yeah, just run me through that day. Were you with your family? Did you expect to go under or yeah?
Yeah. So obviously last year was COVID, and the draft, like right after the combine is when COVID like really started to shut things down. And I was training in California at the time, and even after the combine, I was still training out there in Orange County. And eventually, like a couple of weeks later, no flights. You couldn't fly anywhere. You couldn't go anywhere. Pretty much it was like when everybody had to like pretty much stay inside nationwide around the draft time. And so I did all of where we would have the meetings with teams, and you'd go fly out and they'd go talk to you. Like I was doing Zoom calls with coaches and whoever for all these teams. And so long story short, when it came down to draft day, I was in California. My family was on Zoom on my laptop in front of me. Nice. And I actually had two of my buddies. One of my buddies is my marketing guy, but one of my friends from home had come out for spring break. And then once again, COVID happened and he couldn't leave. So he was there for spring break, ended up being there for 3 months with me. But,
wow.
Not a bad place to be.
Spring break, fucking
Spring retirement.
Yeah.
So you got selected to the Packers. How did the steps go after that? Like I know you said in COVID, stuck in wherever you were. Did you go right up to Wisconsin, or what was kind of the process from there?
Yeah, like me, I'm like a very, like if I make my mind up to do something, like it'll be done. Like, and so I got drafted the second day, I want to say it was the 26th, April 26th, something like that, or during that week, I moved to Green Bay. That like right, I think it was like a Thursday or something. I moved that next like Sunday.
Nice.
Right.
Quick turnaround.
I got there, so I got to Green Bay. I got in my apartment. It was May 1st. My birthday is May 2nd. Right. I don't know anybody out there. No, my parents. Nobody can come out there because it's COVID. I have no furniture. I ordered a blow-up mattress. I'll be there in 3 days. I have no blankets. So
in fucking Wisconsin.
I'm in Wisconsin. I've never been to Wisconsin ever. I have no idea what to expect. I watched some YouTube documentaries on the Packers when I got drafted. But I just went straight out there. And so, yeah, I mean, 5 days after getting drafted, I was Wisconsin resident and had my birthday, my 22nd birthday, sitting down watching Netflix alone.
I think we all Zoomed, and I think that between the day you got drafted and on your birthday.
I was still in California. We did that. That was
and I think it might have been. I think me and Eddie might have been drunker than you were. That's right.
Yeah.
Getting after it, UNH and you.
Exactly.
So you have a shortened training camp. There's no preseason games. Your opening day, there's no one in the stands. Just it's definitely a lot different like experience than any other rookie would experience. Just tell me what it was, going on to an NFL field and be like, man, I made it. I'm here.
Man, it was really surreal. And even now, like we had fans in the playoffs.
Yep.
But it was maybe like 30% capacity at Lambeau. Sure. Even now, I haven't been in a fully packed stadium.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think we played, it was Vikings for sure, the first game last year. And I just remember walking in there, and this is like nothing I've ever seen. Like, obviously, we played Clemson, and that's an amazing stadium, and they always have sold out fans. But I mean, it like an NFL stadium, they had the dome. And then I remember we went down to play the Saints, and I'm walking around the Superdome. I'm like,
yeah, this
I
is
think
out
like
here.
I think like the first like 4 or 5 games every single time. And the craziest part is like you're allowed to film. Like no one's gonna get upset with you for filming. I like try to like not be the rookie that's like so excited and like kind of like sneak like get the whole like this is wild, but like nobody cared. But
have to do that.
Definitely like a breathtaking experience for sure.
Yeah, I mean the season obviously went well for you guys, not the end result you wanted, but my thing too, I actually was watching that game, the blowout against the Titans, your come on game where you score your first 2 TDs. Just run me through that. I don't think it was nice weather. It must have just, ground and pound, couple touchdowns there.
Yeah. I just say like that was my first time kind of get in a rhythm. No matter what sport you're playing, if it's baseball, basketball, whatever, you start to get in a rhythm. And up to that point, I maybe had like the most carries I'd gotten in a game, I think was like 5 or 6. Whereas at BC, like I think I averaged in my career at BC like 25 carries a game or 26.
Yeah, like easy, without fail, yeah.
Like every game I would get at least 25 carries, and so that was the first time I got like a series to myself to be out there and like grind it out, and then I know I'm coming back the next series, and like you start to find those holes. The game starts to slow down. You get a little bit more comfortable, and so after a little bit, I was like, all right, like I can do this. Like, people might be a little like faster, but like I can do this. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I just got into a rhythm. I felt good, and when I can find that like sweet spot, good things tend to happen.
Yeah, damn right, right through it.
Yeah, my word's not yours. Give AJ the reps, huh?
Give me the ball, man.
Hell yeah.
So what do we not know? Who's probably the most entertaining guy on the Green Bay Packers? That's what I want to know.
Most entertaining guy. Well, this is a sore subject. Jamal is not with us anymore. Jamal Williams. Yep. But last year, like that guy, like you want to talk about like a spark plug type of energy. Like he has the best, most like without trying at all. He's just like a funny dude and so himself. Like he'll just break out into dancing. It could be elevator music and he'll start doing something. And he was like a really good like big brother to me, like welcoming me into that running back room. So was Aaron Jones. But as far as like like that energy. Definitely him. Now, I mean, it's a new year. He's not here, and so I mean, we'll find out once we get into training camp. You're gonna need somebody to be funny.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Somebody's gonna keep you up. Somebody's gonna keep you up.
something to get through them days.
A lot of tense
You're gonna get
moments.
shiz out there.
Yeah.
He seems like a locker room guy to me.
Shiz will be like our little jester. But,
Hey,
Joe.
you need a good locker room guy.
Yeah. Keep the energy
My,
up.
my softball team will tell you that.
So we talked about, the whole ooze about, the fields of debuting going on NFL fields. So you guys were the top seed in the NFC playoffs, I should say. What was kind of that feeling like going out on the field? And, I know it didn't go the way you guys planned against, Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that's an exciting game, man, to be a part of.
Yeah. I mean, it was sick. Like, that was a crazy experience. Obviously at Lawrence Academy, we won 3 ISO championships in a row.
Dynasty.
But like,
3 ISOs, 2 knapsacks.
no big deal. No big deal or anything. But
Throwing that out
that's the
there.
first time I had been on BC, like we went to some bowl games and we won some big games, but I had never been on like the most elite team. Like we can win it all at this level. I wasn't in college. So it was like a little bit like, I was like, oh, like this is cool. Like I'm used to like walking in the stadium and people are like, there's no way these guys are going to win.
Yeah.
So to be the top dog and not the underdog was, a different kind of feeling. But it was good. And, at that point I'd gotten a little bit more confident out there. So I, just went into my mode and it's just another game. But, it was awesome to be out there. I got some reps in that game, catch, a first down or 2. So it was really cool to be out there and like have a shot to like put our team in the best position to win and, play for that ultimate prize at the end. Just didn't roll in our favor.
For sure. And I'll ask about one All-Pro, seeing Devontae Adams, who's been a beast in this league, seeing him front and center. Just tell me about, is there a work ethic that you see behind closed doors? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like the people who like play a long time in this league, and I know like everybody says like really take care of their body and really work. Like they really work, like Devontae is like, I think, and that's pretty clear. If you're not going to say he's the best receiver, like some people have their own opinion. I think he is, but he has to be top 3. You know what I mean?
For sure.
There's no
Absolutely.
argument. Like he has to at least be in your conversation for top 3. And like, that doesn't just happen. Like this man, like he goes out there and he leads those receivers. And he works and studies and like guys like Mercedes Lewis, big dog.
Oh yeah,
He's on year, I don't know exactly, but he's in the teens.
Yeah, he's
for
up there.
years
He's
in the
definitely
league.
up there.
You know what I mean? Like
tight end.
that stuff. Like you look at guys like that and you're like, all right, if they can do it, like let me just take like a little nugget from like what they've been doing. If you take enough of those, like you can do it. But it's definitely like cool to see like guys of like Devontae's caliber, just like every day. And it's like sometimes he makes catches and stuff. I'm just
Oh yeah, guy's a fucking
It's
monster.
really cool. It's really cool to see it because
I'll give you a nice fan, question to hype them up. So, you went to BC for 3 years, kind of saw Patriots faithful of, how much they kind of really stuck with the team. Now, Green Bay has a sensational, fan base, and you'll see a lot more of it this year with 100% capacity. Just tell me what you've seen so far, and have you experienced the Lambeau Leap yet?
Yeah. Well, to start off, we have the best fan base in all sports.
Ooh.
I personally think. I'd say anything that would rival it might be like some of those like big soccer teams, like those. Like when I watch some soccer, like
Yeah, the
there's some
Euros, yeah.
Yeah, that's
soccer
like-
fans up there.
Those stands
But
look scary.
I for sure like, and don't get me wrong, I like to watch the Patriots and I like all Boston sports and everything like that. I love them, but the people here, they're just so genuine. And like when I said, when I got out here, I'm from Connecticut, Boston, that like the Northeast. Like people are offering to like, hey, like we saw you're here. Do you want some food? Like people's like, we can drop off like some macaroni and cheese or some pizza or whatever you want. And I'm like, I don't accept food from church.
No.
But thank you.
That's the type of fans we have here. Like they just genuinely like, hey, we want to make sure you're good. And like another cool thing is like I can walk and go down to the farmer's market or to the grocery store, and people obviously know who I am, but they're not gonna like jump on top of me and bombard me. They just let you go about your day. And I think it's like a really cool thing to see. Because I've been to, like, I trained in Cali, so I was in LA a little bit, and so I've seen kind of like, and even in Boston, like if you're somebody that people, hey, like let me get a picture, like hop over into your dinner, like you might be sitting down having dinner, and they're like, hey, like let's take a picture. And there's nothing wrong with like interacting with your fans. I love to do that, but it's just I do think there's something to be said with how like the Packers fans that I've met in Green Bay, kind of when it's time to just treat you like a just whatever, like they don't care. Like they're like, hey, get out of the line, or you're driving slow. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Like, while on the other hand, my words, obviously, like if you have a bad game in Boston, you're probably going to get a brick thrown through your window.
Yeah, don't fumble around here. Don't you do it.
We've been talking about blowing up every team that, like, every time they lose every year, we're like, throw them all out. New team, everything, coach, new coach.
I would recommend for y'all never to do is walk down the beach in Falmouth with AJ on the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
Explain.
You
gotta go a little
elaborate.
The most annoying day of my life. He's like, yo, let's go to after we just obliterated some 13-year-old kids in spike ball.
Yeah.
AJ's big ass is over here almost killing these kids, but then we're walking down the beach.
I can't lose.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what.
Can't stop, won't stop.
This dude, every 30 seconds, whether it was a mom, a dad, their baby, their whoever, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Oh my God, AJ Dillon. So he got to the point where if it was like a middle school, a high school age kid, he would make them do a backflip or a funk flip to try to get a picture with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Well, yeah,
That's smart.
So,
Love that.
Now that kind of sounds, maybe he's just a little bit of an asshole. Well, no, we took a bunch of pictures, and like I said, I love to do that. But like at some point, like we're like, we're still trying to drink.
Yeah, you want a picture? Fucking earn it.
Yeah. So like she said, like a mom came over. Okay, for sure. Or like if it's like a little kid, like of course we'll take a picture, sign some. But if it's like a kid that like is not that much younger than me, like you might be like 16. It's 4th of July, like you know what you're doing, are you? Having a good time, do a backflip. Yeah. At least attempt. Just attempt.
Yeah,
and
see what you can do.
We got the best picture ever. Smiles on the faces, chatting it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then also he decides, yo, let's work out at 5 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Whoops.
That was a bad
on the beach. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's try it out.
half an hour of sleep later, 5:30 comes.
All-nighter.
Oh, Jesus.
Half an hour of sleep later comes, and we already told one of our friends' little brothers that AJ's like, yeah, we'll work you out. So we had to, and I was hurting.
Oh, yeah. You guys are nuts. Fuck that. Good for you.
It was more him than me.
Yeah.
I got like this, like he's probably like 12 years old, like doing. We're like
We got to cut it. We got to cut it real quick.
Well, 1 second.
One sec. Sure. Can you guys hear that high ringing? Like, are you guys getting like a ringing noise? Like a high ringing? As long as you guys aren't getting it. All right, hold on 1 second.
That's what I hear when Sherron talks.
Fucking hell.
I don't know what that is. It just started out of nowhere.
Anyone?
I don't hear it anymore. Do you?
No, we're good. We're good.
gone now.
Let's shake it.
Yeah, I think we're good. That was wild.
Well, I have one last question, so we'll finish up with this in case you guys want to keep carrying, which is no problem at all. So now heading into this season, 100% capacity. We just talked about OTAs, mini camp, heading into training camp. What's kind of your focus going in, and like the whole 9 yards?
Yeah. My focus going into camp is just like go ahead and prove myself. Obviously, like Jamal is no longer with us, so presumably, like what most people would think is, all right, AJ's automatically number 2, which I want. I always prepare to be number 1.
Right.
But just to go out there and keep learning. There's still so much about the NFL game. It's less about like being bigger, faster, stronger. I personally think like you do have some just freaks in the league for sure, but not like you can't really get that much faster than the guy. Like you just came from college. You're not like gonna get to the NFL and like get even fat like in like the grand scheme of things. And nobody's like that much stronger. It's just so like technical. Everybody like there's no mistakes. Like people really don't make mistakes. They know their job. They know their assignment. The schemes are just so crisp. And so for me, I just really want to get there and make sure that I know what I need to do. And so when I'm in the game, like I can be trusted by my coaches, by my teammates, by like the fans. Like you said, like you might lose a game in Boston, somebody's throwing a brick. Like I want when I get subbed into the game or I'm in the game for somebody up in the nose, hey, is that 28? Like, oh, we're good, not to be like, oh, shit.
See too many of those.
What are you doing?
It's not the fourth quarter yet. What I mean?
We're gonna bring AJ a pie after the game.
Yeah. Cheese platter.
Yeah, I won't be getting any more deliveries to my door.
Right?
Yeah, just be, I want to really be accountable or people, to earn that kind of trust from the rest of the team and, hopefully step into that role. And, I want to get the ball out, obviously playing running back and, do my thing. So, the nation, what I got.
For sure. And we're sticking with the quad father.
Oh yeah.
No. We're quad father and Quadzilla. Shout out. Got to go check out the merch. We'll send you the link. I'll send you the link.
Let's do it.
Fucking right.
We
Fucking
got
right.
Quad shirts. We got Quadzilla merch. We got the logo.
Love it. I have to give me some of that.
But this is so comfy.
I got
Hey, actually, one more question.
right here.
I love that.
There it is. Love that.
Okay.
Hey, AJ, one more question before we let you go. I know you can't see me over there, but completely off topic. What's the most kills you've ever gotten in a Call of Duty game?
We're just
I know
gonna ask him about gaming.
I know you. I just see. I'm off.
Hop into the camera. Get in here.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Hop up.
Can you see me now?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? All right. Listen, I know you run the sticks in Call of Duty. I play with Sherron a little bit. I think you actually played with my brother a couple of times. So
Really?
let's hear it. How many kills? What's the record?
Like I'm not gonna say like I'm not the greatest. I'm above average. I'd say I'm an above average Call of Duty player. Like there's average, there's above average. I'm in an above average.
all right.
Slightly
That's what I
less than
hear,
the greatest
yeah.
of all time, right? Slightly less than the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Do you want
I'm
to?
not the
He's not
greatest,
better
but
than I
like
am.
He's not bad.
Do you want to share for the
Get
fans?
on the sticks right now. Let's do it.
AJ, you want to share for the fans real quick? You got a drop strategy when you drop in Warzone? What's the strategy? What's the go-to spot?
What did you say?
What's the drop strategy in Warzone when you drop? What are you grabbing off the bat? Where you going?
It depends on the mood. We're really not too scared of any smoke. Like when super was hot, we dropped super. But probably somewhere with the scav, get our loadout
Right off the bat,
quick.
yep. Get a satchel.
Get the loadout, and then push anything with a red mark on the map.
There you go.
Probably,
right.
probably not the best way to get a win, but it's really fun.
That's what matters.
How
So that's
that
why we
action-
play.
How important is gaming to your off season? I mean, I see. It looks like you got like a gaming room. That's a gaming setup in there with the light.
Oh yeah, it's huge. I wish I could turn it and show you. But yeah, I got like 3 monitors down. I got the game chair. I got my PC.
You fumbled on that.
Huh?
You fumbled on being able to show it.
I mean,
Yeah, you could take it off, can't you?
It's fine.
He's doing it. He's doing
he's
it.
going for it. I like
Doing
it.
it
The
for the people.
360 view for the fans.
Oh, wow.
AJ symbol.
That's a good.
She's
That's a
beautiful.
good day trading setup as well.
Oh, there you go.
You into crypto,
Yeah.
AJ?
High speed route. Oh, that's
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, my
the
goodness.
way.
The game is software. There you go.
All right, he's not messing around.
PC helmet down there.
Oh,
You don't buy that setup if you're not above
I
average.
don't leave this area. I got a full bathroom down here. Got a fridge. I got my video games. I'm good.
life's
Yeah,
good.
there you
Yeah.
are. There you are.
This is where you'll find me.
Football and
exactly.
video
COVID.
games.
during COVID, when he was out in Cali, we used to wake up at like, when there was really nothing going on, we used to wake up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. And this is before everybody really got into like Warzone. We played Gunfight.
Yeah.
From like 10 o'clock in the morning to like damn near 2 o'clock in the morning.
That was one of the best modes.
The only breaks is to piss, shit, and eat.
And you better do it quick.
Exactly. And then he got me doing these damn push-ups. So whoever at the end of the game either had the least amount of damage or the least amount of kills, you had to do either it was like 10 push-ups if you didn't get any, if you lost, and then I think it was like 30 push-ups if you had the least amount of damage and you lost.
I wanted it to be better.
Like
I mean, like it was all like me. I knew I wasn't gonna be down there. Look at the guy. Hey, can you do this real quick?
Nah.
That's supposed to be a fitted. That's supposed to be a fitted shirt.
No, it's not.
I just wanted them to be able to fill it out. You know?
That's it, man. Trying to help him out.
Yeah, exactly. Do a couple of push-ups, like But
The roasting is great. The roasting is.
I got some bad, like straight sweaty stories of just like being like when Apex first came out, and I was at BC. I remember there was a night. I probably played like right after I got out of class, maybe like 4 o'clock, and I played I did not move. I didn't eat. I was drinking these. I don't know what I was drinking, and I just stayed up. And I went to bed at like 9 in the morning. And I swear, like, I did not do anything but play that game.
Didn't even move. Love
That's just
it.
dedication, competitive spirit. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of hoodie is that too? That thing looks very fucking comfortable.
Oh, dude, this is,
That might be the most comfortable. Look at that thing.
Comfy.
It's called
Comfy. Fucking
it's
hell.
sick. It's
No
so
free
good.
ads, but I'm buying one of those.
It's
That looks
so
nice.
good.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, AJ and Shiz, appreciate you joining the show today.
Yeah, thank you, boys.
Best of luck with everything going forward. Definitely a big fan of number 28 in the Green Bay Packers.
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Might have to
For
catch
sure.
a game.
Without a
Might have to catch a game down at Lambeau.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's run back this podcast and live stream our Warzone. Can we do
Let's
that?
do it. Yeah,
let's do it now.
We'll definitely do some live streams. Whatever you guys want to do.
I'll be out there with him next week, so we could and he has another couple monitors over there somewhere.
Let's do it.
Oh,
We
shit.
gotta-
Oh, shit.
Well, Shiz wasn't invited to
Wow.
No, he's invited.
I got it. He's a joker guy. He can give us jokes.
Yeah. Locker room guy. Locker room guy.
Shiz,
Love
we'll
it.
see you at the Water Club Sunday for those mudslides.
Oh, you might see me at the water.
We'll be there.
If you see, either I'll be floating in the bay already from drinking too much the night before, or just find me at the bar.
Maybe in a dumpster.
There we go.
Maybe in a dumpster.
Anything's
If
possible.
you see me next to Maury or Adam Kenny or any of those guys, pull me away.
We'll save you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Later. You too.
That's incredible. And that was Green Bay Packers running back A.J. Dillon. And, shout out to my boy Shiz there, Sherron Harris, coming on and really making this happen. First thoughts of the interview, the fact that they were the first ones to bring up Grumpy Whites, that was amazing.
Incredible.
Can't wait to go to the water. Well, I'm not a big water club guy, so maybe we'll go over the shanty or something like that and let it rip, Shiz. I like that. So what did you guys...
No, he wants the Water Club. We're going. I'm going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we got to
Terrence
make the move,
Rooney still works at the Water Club sometimes.
if we got to make the
He's
move,
a shanty guy.
just not
he
going
works at
upstairs.
the Water Club too.
Well, he's
Shout
both-
out T-Bone.
Yeah,
he does both.
He does do both.
Oh yeah, wait, are we shitting on the Water Club right now because of softball? Is that are you boycotting? This sounds like a boycott.
They must be in your head because
Whatever.
I wasn't even thinking about them for a second. But back on the interview with A.J. Dillon, I thought it was really cool in terms of, you think all these professional athletes are real serious guys. And I'm sure at points he's got, a lot of serious stuff going on. But, he's just a 23-year-old kid talking about video games, spirit of competition, having fun, and, ripping on one of his buddies. I thought it was hysterical.
I'd be fucking horrified going by myself to live in Wisconsin. That would scare. I'd be thinking on that plane or drive the entire time.
Especially going from Cali.
Yeah, just I'm gonna be in Wisconsin.
But
then he embraced it. He loved it.
you
The
have
people
to
are nice.
embrace it. They drafted you. You got to get
Yeah.
in there and get.
And
You got to
everyone-
adopt it quick.
Like he was saying, I've never been, but everything I've ever seen or heard, the people in Wisconsin are mad nice.
I was
as he said,
I was
they look mad
surprised
nice.
he said they're
Yeah.
In his opinion, like the best fan bases like ever.
Yeah, cheeseheads. I mean, they're up there. They're definitely in the running.
It comes down to
I want to go to a game. I didn't.
I'd love to go to Lambeau any day. It's got to be cold though. We got to go in winter. I don't care.
Fair enough.
It's got to be ice cold up there.
for me, it comes down to like fan bases. Talk about whether you're winning or losing. Like the team, like the fans are still like in.
Oh yeah.
And if that's not the
they're
case,
very in.
so like that's why I kind of have my wins and losses with Boston like sports base because we're never happy, we're never satisfied, and we can talk about it. Our number 12 in terms of he's made that the expectation really high for the last 20 years, and it really consists with every sport now. I think the Patriots are kind of a stepping stone to everything else. The last
Hating your Hall of Fame goaltender.
yeah, that's
Pieces of shit.
that's tough. Instead of starting with the ice, we're going to start on the hardwood here as the Celtics, after announcing the stepping down of Danny Ainge, the president of basketball operations, Brad Stevens moving up, they decided to hire Ime Udoka, who, we're still not too familiar with, but, that's a coach, former Brooklyn assistant. You really look at his resume in terms of coaching under legendary head coach Greg Popovich from the San Antonio Spurs in their 2014 finals run. He was an assistant on the USA basketball team that had Marcus Smart, Tatum, and Brown. Assistant for Philly a couple years. Who cares about that?
Boo.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out. But right now, you don't really know anything more than that in terms of how he's going to fit with his team. Where's this roster going to go? And there was an inside information too that I saw that the decision came down to not just Tatum and Brown, but it came to Tatum, Brown, and Marcus Smart.
A boogeyman.
Yeah, and that surprises me because I've always been very high on Marcus Smart, but maybe I'm just a fair weather fan, but I've just been really down on him. I think they need to get rid of him. But maybe Ime comes in here and really makes him play more on-spot defense and doesn't make him chuck 10 threes a game.
Oh yeah, I mean, and one thing I love about the move is he was like every team that needed a coach, like the players wanted that guy. Mm-hmm. Whether the organization did, the higher ups, whatever, like the players love that guy, and that's huge. Especially it's incredible.
You gotta want people you gotta like the coach you play for, and not necessarily that they didn't like Brad Stevens, but
of course, but
and no one knows what actually happened. Were they just like Danny and Brad, you're done, but like Danny, you're out, and if Brad, if you want to come join here, you never really know where they were turning in terms of Wick Rospect.
I got a bad feeling about them next year. I do. I think they're making weird choices. I don't have much faith. I don't, unless they.
It's hard to have faith.
I'd like them to
this
pull
year.
in new grinders or something. Just new grinders.
It's about getting a third star, and it's about developing.
Or stars. Stars would be good.
I was saying it though. It's one.
We'll take stars.
It's one tool. It's 3 stars and then just one tool players. Guys who are in there to shoot, guys who are in there to play defense, guys who are in there to grab rebounds. And actually, we had a week off from Steele Nazz, so we didn't talk about this Kemba Walker Al Horford trade, correct?
No,
I don't believe so. No.
Yeah. So I'll get my first opinion out there, and you might have saw it on the Steele Nazz airwaves. I had a little video out there, maybe a little bit of a rant. You could have liked it, could have not. But Kemba Walker going to the Thunder. For I think it was the first, we traded our 16th overall pick, got Al Horford and the guy who's it, Moses.
Moses, he's a big boy.
He's a 7'2" guy, had 19 rebounds in the first half against the Celtics.
Yeah. That's a wild game.
I love the move because I love Kemba Walker, and he has made a name for himself in the NBA, being an all-star, but he might have had the worst, maybe outside of Ben Simmons, had the worst contract in the NBA. I mean, he's getting paid close to like $40 million, and his, value is not that high, and I think Al Horford's only making $13 million this year, so you just ate up a shit ton of money to open up more options for not just Horford, but, the rest of the offseason here.
In comparisons to Ben Simmons, at least Kemba's fucking hurt. That's why he's down. Ben Simmons just sucks. That's why his contract blows.
Is this gonna turn into the Ben Simmons bashing hour?
We could do that all fucking day. That guy's a loser.
That's what you get when you have a slogan called "Trust the Process." That never works. You can't trust the process,
dude. I would not trade. Like
my dad has that tattooed on his arm. I think. Now that you said, I don't know what that says about anything, but fuck. The Philadelphia 76ers, I swear to God, I think we could have beat them. I really do. I don't know why, but we were in their heads.
Imagine being the number 1 overall pick and being afraid to shoot a basketball. How the fuck does that happen?
We weren't getting by Brooklyn, but I do agree with you there. If we played Philly, well, if you had Jaylen Brown, I think you win no brainer.
Yeah, easily.
But I'm ready to close this book on the 2020-2021 year Celtics. I'm ready to move forward.
It's all
One thing I did like about the
Suns all
Kemba
day
move
now.
too, though, is I like that Brad Stevens, like in his new position, was like, I'm not fucking around. I'm making this. Like the playoffs aren't even over yet, and he already did that.
I said it during
And I
my
like
little
that.
video there.
That's what I'm nervous about. I don't think he's making the moves.
I still don't know if he has the balls to trade Marcus Smart, though. I don't think he does.
No,
I think Marcus Smart's here.
This is what I like because he's never had the balls as a head coach for the Boston Celtics. He would get pushed around time after time.
Spineless coward.
Kyrie Irving, all like that. I'm not trying to bash Brad Stevens. He is a great coach, but he can't deal with these superstars. He needs to just start getting an edge, especially as a GM or basketball operations, where you just don't give a shit about these guys. They're just another number to you.
He's gotta go the
he's
Bill
gotta go that
Belichick route. Yeah,
exactly.
like,
That's what he needs to do.
Just a name.
And you
See
know,
ya.
I've met Brad's wife. That he ain't that kind of guy. We're screwed. We're screwed.
my last,
Everyone's saying it. I guarantee he doesn't make it through this year, unless they pull out miracles. But like,
He just became the president of fucking, and he's gonna be here next year.
like maybe, like I don't think he makes it through the next year. I don't. Some people
What,
are
are you
saying he
agreeing with
might not
Felger?
make it.
You
I
agreeing
am
with
agreeing.
Felger?
I'm agreeing with Felger. I like Felger's take on this. I think that they were fired. I think Danny got
could have
fired.
been.
Brad got fired.
And
I
then
don't
they got
know who's
switched.
making these calls for these people. I think it's the players. It's the players' team now.
Players are Wick Gross back.
The last thing I will say about the Celtics before we'll probably move on to some NBA playoff talk, but Jason Tatum now on Team USA with guards, who are getting froggy to leave their teams, and Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal. I'd like to see one of those guys in green.
I'd love, either of those names, perfect. Preferably Dame.
I would buy a Damian Lillard jersey Celtics in like maybe 0.5 seconds.
Haven't bought in a jersey in so long.
Neither have I. Yeah,
I need him.
in.
Come here, Dame.
No, and the whole Bradley Beal thing has been going on for years because Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum are both from St. Louis. They're best buddies. It's like Joe's.
it.
It's like Joe's wife and Family Guy. It's been like 7 years.
Yeah.
Either have the baby or
Yeah,
don't.
do it.
Moving on now, unrelated to Boston sports, I guess we got to get into it because none of the teams were good enough to get in this year. Currently, right now, we're sitting on Thursday night. It's early on. Atlanta and Milwaukee get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Go home, Brooklyn. That was a great night last Saturday night. And then you got the Clippers without Kawhi facing the team of destiny in the Phoenix Suns. What's your first take on these playoffs?
Suns in 4.
First, yeah,
Suns in
first.
4 in any words.
If you're an unbiased fan in like all of this and you're not rooting for the Phoenix Suns, you are a loser.
I agree.
Like if you don't care about any of those teams and you're just a bystander, like you should be rooting for Phoenix. That building when Eaton hit that alley-oop thing was one of the most electric buildings I've ever seen in
I'm
my
so
life.
glad I have his top shot. A good top shot, too. Like it,
No,
it increased in value pretty good after that fucking...
Sure it did.
I've said this term, and I guess I've used it loosely, but I'm gonna like really get tight on this right now. DeAndre Ayton's the definition of a brick shithouse. That guy is a force to be
Bad
reckoned
man, bad
with.
man.
You cannot. No one can guard him. Who the Clippers is a Zubac, the center?
Yeah.
He has no chance.
No.
Like every single time this guy's in the paint, he just dominates. You better all follow him.
Do you think Giannis, if it comes to that, how do you think they match
Trae
up?
Young also a bad fucking.
I don't know,
I mean, they-
Trey might take him down himself.
Yeah, I mean, it depends because Milwaukee has Brooke Lopez who plays center, and as good as Giannis is, as good as Ayton is, they have more pieces to the puzzle to cover. You got Devin Booker, you have Chris Paul. I think he's coming back tonight for Game 3, and then when you spin it, this is when I think Atlanta could turn into the team of destiny with the win last night if they were ever to get. Like I said, if they were ever to get by, I feel like I keep saying every series, if they keep getting by, they have a guy named Clint Capella who is no DeAndre Ayton, but that's probably the best,
close.
probably the
He's
best
close.
matchup that Ayton would face all playoffs if it happened to be, the who would have thought Phoenix Suns versus Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Finals.
Yo,
Wow.
there were times
wild
during
finals.
that was an electric game 1 Hawks Bucks, but there were times where like when like they would go to commercial or something, and it was like, we'll be right back with Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and I was like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, no,
like this
exactly.
is the Eastern Conference Finals. Like it was like Hawks Bucks. How did we get here?
I don't know.
I'm happy about it.
No, I personally, dude, that game was amazing. It was a bunch of like watching
Because
Trae Young go off
otherwise,
was
everyone,
awesome.
everyone thinks it's gonna be Nets, Lakers. Pick two other teams. But
Oh, dude, it was the Warriors versus LeBron for like
yeah.
5 years. Like,
is aw-
feed me
this
this.
is
Feed me
honestly
this. This is
awesome.
amazing.
This is
I would have
awesome.
been on any team on this board. I'm looking at the whole playoff tree. Besides the Brooklyn Nets, I would have been all in to win.
Any
Yeah.
team.
I guess maybe not the Lakers. Like,
Yeah, fuck
Lakers,
LeBron.
but like the Lakers were home in 6. Like, forget about that.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm in.
Seeing the demise of the Brooklyn Nets was incredible. I don't even think Kyrie even cared that much of a loser he is. James Harden.
I love the shots fired.
I have so much.
bang.
I have so much respect for James Harden because you could tell he couldn't play. And he
did.
just wanted it so bad. I haven't really liked him up until this point, but he showed me a lot of balls, man. And big shout out to James Harden. If you ever listen to this, right here.
Go back to a market with better strip clubs. I don't.
Yeah, there you go.
That's my
get him.
Yeah,
No, I
he
don't-
might have just ended his career. He might be out of Brooklyn tomorrow.
So
It's like that guy Magic's got a point.
so maybe it will be depends how far these series go, but you know, I'll start Eastern Conference Finals. I think I got Milwaukee in 6, and then Phoenix. I think it could be 4. I think it could be 4.
If they had Kawhi, it would go deep. But it could be 4. It could be 4. Yeah.
That's the component there.
Yeah.
And you get Chris Paul back tonight.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
And Paul George. Paul George was doing such a run this playoffs of like erasing his like, just like everyone in the world laughing at him, and then he just fucking threw it out the window
yeah,
with those
those
free throws.
nice free
He
throws.
just absolutely tossed it back at like. What now?
You know what,
Ball
though?
don't lie. That's all I kept
That
seeing.
was incredible. That was incredible.
You know
dude.
what though? I know this
I
is
almost felt bad.
I know this is loser shit though, but for the Clippers
Almost.
to even get this far, I think is impressive. The fact that they beat
Yeah,
Utah like that without Kawhi. I mean, it was 2-2, and they're like, oh, Kawhi. Like they just randomly came out one morning. Like,
I
yeah,
wrote him
Kawhi-
off.
Yeah, Kawhi's out for
I
the
wrote
season.
him off.
So it's like, all right, well, they're done.
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
completely wrote them off. I mean, didn't completely, I guess, because it's Utah, which isn't like a fucking like. If they were playing like LeBron or
Powerhouse,
something,
yeah.
I would have annihilated them. Because like Utah's like the Hawks when they were that 60-win 1 seed a while ago. Like I don't give a shit like what your record was, what seed you are. Like that team's gonna kick your ass. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
but then it didn't happen.
We're gonna transition over to the ice, as you know, no Bruins around, but there is some entertaining stuff going on in these Stanley Cup playoffs. Some entertaining stuff, and for Bruins fans, for Boston fans, you might not like it,
Islanders, baby.
and that's sad. In my entire life, any team that has beaten the Boston team, I am not a fan of. But you have no choice.
None.
You have none.
These are all decided for us as fans.
I'm a part of the Frankie Borelli army. I mean, that kid watching, I kind of love him. I love everything about the Islanders.
I
The
could not-
Coliseum looked like it was fucking
That was a zoo.
incredible last night.
So
That was a zoo.
I needed
yeah.
to be in that balcony.
Goes into overtime. Anthony Bellaviller gets it, I think, within 2 minutes, and then gets a beer can thrown at him by his own fans.
Love it.
It was insane.
Their second goal too was an absolute snipe to send it to OT. Like
Was that
absolute,
Mayfield? Yeah.
Yeah, just absolute nip on the side, lie down.
Well, I think by the time this episode comes out, you'll know who will be in the Stanley Cup. There's no Eastern Conference, I guess, but between the Lightning and Islanders.
It's
You know-
tonight, game 7 for the
No, Friday
Canadians?
Friday night. No,
Canadians
game
is
6.
Oh,
Game 6
sorry.
tonight.
But we'll get on that aside in a second.
Sorry,
what
sorry.
I wanted to say is Game 7, Friday night. Who
Must
do you
watch.
got? No Kucherov for Tampa, who's been lighting them up. I know they have Braden Point and Stamkos. You name it. They have a lot of good players. I think this is a team of destiny. I don't think the Islanders are done yet. I don't think they're going home. I think Islanders 4-2 going to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Islanders 5-4 overtime. We're in for a game, boys. We're in for a game.
Absolutely, definitely.
I don't. I got Islanders. I don't know score. But that game, that
something
8
out
that
there,
8-0 game scares the fuck
To
out
bounce
of me.
back from that in Game 6 is
I
incredible.
know you're right. All right, I
Incredible.
got Islanders.
The Lightning had to
I
put
got
them
Islanders
away, and they didn't.
3-1. 3-1 Islanders.
Love it. Throw it out there, baby. Let's go.
And then we go to the most miserable moment of the entire podcast. the other side of the Stanley Cup semifinals, where we're all going in on the Vegas Golden Knights, as they've been such a wagon since they've come in the league. I think a couple years back, and they made a run, but now you're facing a team who had 56 points in the regular season, who's harder than I think any team in the National Hockey League, and the Montreal Canadiens.
Best goalie by far.
And yeah, it's a scrappy team, and it's a team you definitely want to root for, but I'll just never root for it.
No. They're literally the St. Louis Blues
Especially
of
not
2019, and I fucking hate it.
My former hometown Vegas.
Disgusting.
I need them to fucking get this to Game 7.
Not tonight, boys.
It needs to be. I need them to do this.
Yeah,
I don't hate the Canadians maybe as much. I don't know why.
Disgusting
I don't know why I
city.
don't.
Piece of shit city.
the funniest part about
I actually enjoyed my time in Montreal.
Gross city. I've gone 3 times. Disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
Max
Have you been to Boston?
A beautiful place. The motherland is magnificent.
I think the most ironic part is Max Pacioretty's on the Vegas here, and he's just been like, I guess he's bounced around, but he's been a Montreal lifer. I mean, you remember that?
He was a captain.
Remember
Yeah, he
that
died.
picture? He was just dead after Chara hit him. They tried charging Chara with I don't know what it was, just assault,
that was one dude. I thought his career snapped right then and there. Like I was like, he's done.
like a Savard type of thing.
Yeah, like he was literally. I mean, that was the most lifeless I think I've seen in like almost any sport. Like that was like he was done.
Yeah, and then you just got it seems like Anton's not even here about like the Tampa Bay Rays or something like that, or Oakland A's. You're talking about like a guy like Cole Caulfield, just coming, out of the college ranks. Nick Suzuki, has anyone even heard of him to follow?
He's been good. He sucks.
Yeah, but he hasn't been he's been good this year, but he hasn't really been, the guy. Gallagher is always big on my list. He's kind of their Marchand of us.
Giant cunt.
Yes.
I hate that guy.
Since we're just being negative
No, dude, are you kidding me? That guy's the worst.
No, I agree with you. But I'm just saying, we're going to get to the prediction here. Canadians Thursday night right now, leading 3-2. I'll let you start, Steele, because I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think we got 3-2 tonight, and then Game 7, all bets are off. 4-1 Knights.
So Knights and 7.
Yeah,
Love it.
Oh, you love it?
I got Knights and 7. No scores needed. Doesn't matter. Fucking Vegas is going crazy. They might burn it down.
You guys are playing the, I hope this happens card. I'm going to tell you the reality. The reality is Carey Price shuts down the door.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight, Thursday night, Montreal, at home.
Score?
No fans. 2-0.
2-0, all right.
2-0, shutout, Stanley Cup Finals. Terror.
Would you put money on that?
I would.
have you?
Yeah.
If only there was a way I could take that action.
Yeah, maybe find a bookie sometime. Yeah, so seeing if Tampa and Montreal became the Stanley Cup, do you watch?
No.
Not 1 second.
I don't
no.
think 1 second. No,
Not even go Lightning in that case, but no, I'm not gonna watch it.
no that's
Definitely
why.
go Lightning for the Tampa Dynasty. City of Champions. That's the only reason I kind of want Tampa, but fuck, I can't have them beat Frankie. Well, actually, no. I do want to see Frankie cry. Who am I kidding? I want to see him. I want to see him cry.
We want Montreal tears, brother. Montreal holding the cup will be one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. That will ruin me.
It won't happen. Still, stay strong.
I
Not
really
tonight.
won't.
We might have to watch him and bring bad juju or something.
Yeah,
I think
it'd be like watching the Yankees win the World Series for the first time in forever. Such a historic franchise that I just fucking hate.
2009 and 1993 are so far apart, so it doesn't even matter.
We
Get
might
outta
as well
here.
transition into Red Sox Yankees.
What do you think I did there? What do you think I did there?
think that's what you were going for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. So we got a 3-game set coming this weekend. I'll just talk about the Red Sox a little bit and how I have not been sold on the Red Sox the entire year as how good they've done. This starting pitching is just awful. This guy Garrett Richards, the umpires have been out there like policemen checking these. I don't even think they checked him of the sticky stuff or whatever because he sucks that bad. The only guy who's even worth mentioning in the starting rotation is Nathan Eovaldi, and he should be like the 4. What the Red Sox need to do, Chris Sale come back and get 2 guys at the deadline that you start pitching. I actually really like what they've done in the bullpen. I think the guy Ottavino has been electric in the 8th inning. Matt Barnes has finally come through and is now an MLB closer. I think no doubt at all. And then the Works 7th, 6th. They have a couple guys out there. Josh Taylor, who they can just end. I really hope he doesn't pitch anymore. I've said it time and time again. Their offense has been there for the last 5 seasons. I did not expect that. But, this guy's coming along who, I didn't think were going to come along as quick as they have in terms of Alex Verdugo. Devers going to start in the All-Star game. Bogarts will start in the All-Star game. JD Martinez would, unless Ohtani just didn't exist, but that guy's the most electric guy in baseball.
He might just pitch. Who knows?
Yeah. Without it, Garrett Cole's spin rate going down, I don't really see much of a chance after the sweep a couple weeks ago. What do you think, Steele?
Yeah, we'll see how Chris Sale's slider looks when he comes back. I bet you it doesn't fucking do anything. I bet you it doesn't even move.
I gotta say, I do love the policing.
Oh, it's
I love the
hysterical.
pitchers flipping out. Scherzer and the guy who dropped Trout. I needed to get more ridiculous.
I was thinking
Sergio
back.
Romo, yeah.
I need balls getting thrown at the umps. I want this to go really off the rails.
I was
here.
thinking back to pitchers. Getting a little off track with this, but pitchers back in the day that I wish that happened to. And I was thinking Randy Johnson. Imagine a little umpire coming up to him, what do you got there? I was thinking Roger
would've
Clemens,
pulled out the big
Pedro, probably a slightly drunk David Wells. Might just knock the guy out. Nolan Ryan clearly just would knock him out.
Who's
right
the guy?
away.
Who's the guy? John Rocker. He might get murdered.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like,
that's the guy Kenny Powers was made after.
yeah, I was thinking, dude, if this happened during the steroid era, a roided up Roger Clemens would just rip this
Hey,
guy.
let's talk about the Yankees' former manager here. Being an absolute snake last night during the during the Phillies game. Okay, so let me explain the situation.
Can I just say, John Rocker would have gone full Mike Tyson and bit the ear off of fucking.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Or the neck, something.
Great content. But my thing with Max Scherzer was just get point again. And not to mention, this guy is dirty. He doesn't even need the spin rate or anything.
No.
I think it was said that Joe Girardi called him out 3 different times.
He did.
And I don't know, Scherzer just gave him that look. And when you have 2 different colors of eyes, I would just head for the hills if I Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi is obviously a savage. He looks like a
tough guy.
tough dude.
Not the best manager, but a tough guy.
But at the end of the day, I said at the beginning my rant here, what a snake.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That was terrible.
Let the guy pitch.
Yeah.
The only thing I have been hearing is listening to our boy Felger. He's my boy now.
Apparently.
I listen to him often. They were pulling out texts that were some of the funniest texts I've ever heard of pitchers talking to their kind of drug dealer. Hey, I need that stuff in Washington for this 3-game set. Have you heard what they were talking?
No.
It's classic. It's as good as the Deflategate's talk.
Oh,
Better.
dude.
Actually better.
Dude, every pitcher did this.
I know.
Why do you think pitchers are so mad about
But
it?
hearing the text messages was Jesus. Because they were calling it the secret stuff. They wouldn't call it the name.
Because they were waiting for text messages to get read by Felger.
It was a drug deal. This is very illegal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe it is fucking kind of right that it's getting called out. These pitchers seem to be being very upset that their baby's getting taken away.
Spider tax, HGH, bring it all back.
They're
Let the boys play.
They're trying to make it like HGH, and it's
Yeah,
not even
it's not
close to
even
that.
close,
It's
dude.
ridiculous.
Guys throwing a kind of sick
It's
curveball now.
insane.
Grow up.
Yeah, it goes a little bit longer. Just don't swing the bat.
I
All
don't
right,
know.
fair enough. Steele, give us your Yankees assessment. He's gonna walk us through the
I
Yankees.
like it. Get
Yankees
us in the right
assessment,
direction.
it's all right. Gary Sanchez has somehow returned after a 3-season slump.
Awful catcher.
So that's good. Great hitter now again. That's what matters. He can suck at catching. He's still a great hitter.
Why doesn't he DH then?
Because just like Giancarlo Stanton's there.
The guy hasn't played in 100 games.
Played yesterday.
Well, first time in a while.
Steele's got
Whatever.
no
It's
chance
dumb.
of making it through a lineup.
It just doesn't make any sense. I'm done.
Yeah, dude,
I'll let the team speak for it this weekend.
So this is what I was going to end on.
Yankees in 3.
So back on our Yankees in 3. If they let Garrett Richards throw every game, definitely. That guy's a bum. Guy stinks. Stinks out loud. Martin Perez, nice Twitter. Awful.
Yeah, what?
Terrible.
Like Perez Day or something.
I'm not. It does suck that the Red Sox are like the only thing that we have. We got to get to Fenway soon. I just want to see this team in fucking person. Get a couple.
Sounds like a
Franks
great
in.
weekend. Sounds
Get a
like a
couple
great weekend
Franks in.
for it.
What Alex
Oh, let's go then.
what Alex Cora has done though is so impressive. You haven't had maybe one, but you maybe had one good start in the last 3 weeks, and you have easily of over a 5. Like, who does that? That like no
cheater.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he's
no,
cheating.
no,
Let's be
He's
honest.
really good at cheating. Yeah.
Let's be honest. This
might
whole
be-
league is a sham right now. There's just so
he
much
might be cheating. He
no,
might be
like
cheating.
come on, man.
I don't care if he is either. Fuck
No,
it.
yeah, dude, whatever.
It seems like a WWE script. Like, oh yeah, these guys are just tearing their clothes off. Like, oh, you can't use that.
no, dude, and
Can't use this.
how everyone slanders the Astros for cheating. Like, look at where does Garrett Cole become unbelievable? Houston. Where does Justin Verlander go at age like 38, becomes a Cy Young winner again? Houston. Where does Charlie Morton show up to have like the best curveball in the entire league? Houston. like
Well,
beyond the
It goes down in
Yeah,
the H-town.
there's a lot of shit. Like,
Where's
that team was
James Harden's favorite strip clubs? Houston.
Where does Matt Duffy go wall ball off Drew Pomeranz?
Houston.
Oh boy.
Houston, we have a problem.
We should end it there.
No. I've got one more thing, and I've been trying to lead on to it because this is a question for Magic. So what they've been checking on in these like strip searches is they check the top of the belt, they check the hands, and they check the hat.
Okay.
So
Where would I put it?
where would you put it? Because I know you got something good for me.
I don't know. On my nose, maybe? Maybe in my schnoz?
Just like one of these.
Pretend like you're picking a fucking booger. And
Yeah, guys picking his nose a lot out there.
that's, yeah. I mean, where else could you... I could say up
I
the
mean, you
ass
could-
because that's the obvious one, but like...
You could go the Michael Pineda route and just like put it on your neck.
Just a slap.
But it was just like way darker than
What a
him.
legend. What a legend that one. That was so funny.
I think I'd probably go nose. It's probably not good for you.
I
but-
couldn't believe the dugout didn't notice that for as long as they did. That went like several innings. And like
John Farrell was like, dude.
yeah, like the broadcast noticed it like when he walked out on the fucking like field. Like they were like, yo, what's up with that?
I gotta say, shout out to baseball. They're making us laugh. For once, I'm entertained. I am entertained. Like, I don't care about the fucking game, but I am entertained by Max Scherzer going nuts against Joe
guy?
Girardi
It's
like
funny.
that.
It's funny.
I mean, that happens occasionally, but I'm all for these witch hunts.
There was
going
one
for
they
a
were
while.
talking about ways that like they did it, and there was one where I was like, holy shit! Like they would put the stuff on the back of like the strap of the catcher. So like when he'd go out for a meeting, like when he like patted him on the back, like during that, like that's how it would be done. And I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, that's crazy.
That's good. That's good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, like I never would have like
The biggest cheater sport ever created. It's baseball.
It's been hiding in plain sight.
We need
That's
to
some like focus shit. That's like Will Smith.
yeah,
Let's make sure we're using that on the softball field. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's take these tactics and
Yeah,
use
give him a
somehow.
current. Give him a current.
Shave some bats.
Spider Tech and steroids.
I don't want to give the water.
Before.
I don't want to give the water club any ideas, but
Yeah.
I'll leave them out.
Again, they're real estate in your head. We'll end on that. Folks, want to thank you for tuning in, as well as AJ Dillon and Sherron Harris for coming on the pod. You know, again, that was another sensational interview, and it's only getting better from here. Hedge better, Justin, man, appreciate you doing everything you do. Got to give a quick plug to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance. If I didn't do that, man, get out to Craig Kelly now if you're looking like shit. It'll help you become
Summer's
better.
here. Summer's here.
Get out there now, Saturday. This Saturday, let's actually go to the group training. I've been saying it the past couple episodes. I'm fucking going.
Actually, hey, real quick, not to extend it, but
coming?
I will come, and I've talked to a bunch of hedge better people. We could get a whole group thing if he's down to do
Nice.
Oh, he's down.
We
Oh, yeah.
rescheduled it. I got some plans Saturday afternoon. Prior commitment, so we can't get there, but we will get there.
Good content coming.
Yep.
sir.
Tune in next week. We'll have another hot episode for you. That's all from Steele and Nazz. Be safe out there, guys. One love.
Yup.